time to drink.
I thought you were going to say rummy time.
It's no. What's up, people? It's Friday night. You know what that means? The bar is open.
Yes, I brought my bar with me.
She brought a bar. Yeah, there it is. She brought the bottle.
I'm just drinking right from the bottle tonight.
She's like,
it's like, why do I have to wash a glass?
It's already in a glass. You know? Hey, Tiffany, Melissa, Diane, Donna, John, JD. What's up? Oh, woo!
It's so good too. It's nice and cold.
Friday night. The bar is open. Open mic night. It's like karaoke for skeptics and ghost hunters and science people. So, I mean, if you want to come on and sing, I'll let you do it tonight because it's that kind of night. Shauna. Woohoo! Friday night. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm going to try, mind you, and take it easy tonight because I have to get up early tomorrow. Let me do my rules and I'll tell you why. All right. So let's see. Let's bring up the rules because we have to go over the rules every time.
Exactly.
You got it. Because there's just some people and Russians out there that just love to post really bad stuff.
Good morning from Rotterdam.
What?
Yeah.
Where's that from? Where is that? Good morning from Rotterdam. Oh, nice. Hey, John without an H. Robert. 2 extra shows this week. Skeptic. Oh, Dybbuk. Oh, cool.
Never uploading them.
Uploading them. I try. I uploaded one. Well, Skeptical Inquirer.
Yeah.
Video. Yeah. I didn't know that the second video dropped yet. But we'll get to that. Let me get to my commercial. I'm getting distracted like squirrel. All right. So rule number 1 is you are welcome to ask questions. And tonight is the night to ask questions because it's open mic night. You guys get to open or answer. What? You guys get to ask questions. That's what I meant to say.
You know, I might be taking over tonight, guys. I don't know what he was drinking, but
maybe one of these nights I should.
Early.
Maybe one of these nights I'll just, be like open mic night and let Donna take over. And you'll see her here and I'll be over in the producer's seat. So rule number 2 is that please remember I don't know everything. And I try to learn everything I can, but I don't know everything. I am not a know-it-all. And I freely admit that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. If you ask a question that I don't know about it and we have time, I'll definitely look it up. Or if not, I have my trusty notebook here, ready to go, and we will write it down and look it up later. Rule number 3 is we follow the Patrick Swayze rule here, and that is be nice. You can get in the chat room, you can debate, you can discuss, you can question each other, and you can disagree all you want. We're going to have to close that door. We got a new puppy, and she is not happy about not being with us.
She's sorry.
But anyway,
she'll be sleeping
in the chat room, you can disagree all you want. Just don't take it that extra. Don't cross the line. All right? Don't cross the street. That means if you get out of line, you start name calling, what have you, Donna will boot your ass out of here, and you won't be able to.
I'll try to give you a warning. I usually be like, hey, what you doing?
Rule number 4 is if you have a question tonight, please do us a favor and put a Q in front of that. And that makes it easier for Donna to pick them out and save them so that we can get to them. And
you do, Melissa, you do.
And then number 5 is the favorite rule of the house. Drink up. Woo!
Drink whatever you got. Doesn't have to be alcohol.
Hold on, let me get the rules out of the way so they can see you.
There's
your bottle. Alcoholic.
This is straight from PA.
All right. So we did have a few things to start off with. I know JD. Well, if you want to bring the puppy up, you can do. Let's get that out of the way pretty quick.
Then maybe she'll go to sleep.
Maybe she'll go to sleep. Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
Well, at least bring her up, just show her off a little bit. So anyway, the reason I'm trying to keep it kind of like calm tonight, a little bit calm, and not go like a 3-hour show is because tomorrow I have to get up early and leave here at 6 a.m. for a 5.5-hour drive up to the Hinsdale house. That's right. I'm going to an event. It's not an overnight event, but it's like a ghost hunt kind of thing there. And I was invited to go up. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to head up there, get there hopefully by noon tomorrow and be able to go around, do my own kind of inspection and investigation, and then participate in the group event that night. And then I got permission to stay there with the organizers. So I'm going to be staying overnight, sleeping inside the house. And there you go. So let's get this out of the way here. We have the puppy.
And I hear Chewy coming too. Come on in, Chewy.
Chewy's coming up because she's jealous. There's the puppy. This is Rummy.
Rummy.
Because rum. There she is.
Oh, she's so the cutest little thing. She can't get her footing.
All right.
I can't see your comments.
Let's see.
No rest for the
no
wicked.
Rest for the wicked.
Nope.
Yeah, my mind space isn't feeling okay. All right. So let's get some things. I do have. I have something JD sent me.
Cuteness. Look at it all,
right.
Penny.
That's enough.
They do want to see
Get
it.
out.
You girls,
Get
you
out.
know y'all want to
Come
see
on.
it.
Come on.
Everybody loves a cutie.
This is not a cuteness show. This is a skeptical show. Get out. I do have something from JD. He sent me. This is actually funny. It's not really a question. It's more of a funny video, and I'm going to share it. Because it has to do with St. Patty's Day yesterday. And let me see if I can share this here. Share audio, because that's important. You got to have that. So there we go. That's our friend, Bob Larson, right? Let's listen to what he has to say about leprechauns.
But let me tell you what really concerns me. The legacy of the leprechauns. These little people are little demons, minions of Lucifer. When people come to me for an encounter, whether it's virtual or in person, I always look to see if they have Irish somewhere in their heritage. If you want to wear green, that's all right. But beware the leprechauns, the St. Patrick's Day demons. But let me tell you what really...
So wait, is he saying that anybody that has Irish in their blood is a
No,
demon?
he's saying leprechauns are demons.
Yeah, but he said something about the blood.
If you have, let's see.
When people come to me for an encounter, whether it's virtual or in person, I always look to see if they have Irish somewhere in their heritage.
You're right.
If you want to wear green, that's all right.
If they have Irish
Beware.
Beware the leprechaun.
He's a racist fuck.
Isn't that what
He is
just
horrible.
said?
Yeah,
He
always checks to see if they have Irish in their blood. What the hell is that about?
Thank you, Robert.
All right, I wanted to play that because that was fun. JD sent me that earlier. Oh my god, that guy is. If you ever watch, like, we got on his mailing list, and so we get his updates when he has videos, and we've watched them. We've gotten together. Me, Tim, and Dave, and JD have gotten together and watched them, and we probably should do like a 3TS thing one night, and just invite everybody to have a private viewing. But I mean, his thoughts and ideas are so outrageous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, I have Irish in me. So, I mean, well, obviously, I mean, I'm a demon.
We all knew that already. You didn't have to tell us, Penny. It's okay.
All right, so that's what I have preloaded. JD, I think JD's in there somewhere.
Sure.
You did send me another link, but it's not taking me to where you said it, where it says it's supposed to. So I don't know if it's a problem with the link or if they took it down already. I don't know, but it's not giving me the right one. So let's look at some questions. I did see a couple cues go by there. Let me see. I know you were getting the puppy. So John Kennedy has one. I'm going to put that up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got it. Let's see. John Kennedy, not paranormal related, but my son is trying to get into writing. And since you write for Skeptical Inquirer, can you offer some advice to get started? So it really depends on what kind of writing he wants to get into. I mean, if we're talking like nonfiction, fiction, or if he wants to do some kind of journalism, then I would definitely go with journalism classes. Or there is, and I'm going to go off just because you mentioned how I write, I'm going to go off with journalism. There's a couple books that you can get, and one in particular is, well, actually, there's two books I have right here. This is an excellent book. I love this book. It's like a Bible to me. Obviously, it's the Investigative Reporter's Handbook. And this has so many resources. Some of the stuff is a little out of date, but I think I have an earlier version. This is the 5th version. But it's filled with a lot of resources and a lot of tips and tricks and stuff that get you going, and where to find information, how to submit requests for information. So really, really good resource. I highly recommend it. Wow, I got a little thing up there saying my connection is unstable. I wonder
blurry.
if I'm freezing or something. Am I blurry?
On the laptop,
Wow,
you're blurry.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why, because I'm actually connected, like physical connection.
I don't know.
So, all right. But besides that, I would start writing.
You're not clear. Is it your camera?
It might be catching up. So, on that note, though, I mean, you could start looking at if it's nonfiction or fiction stuff, like stories. Then there's plenty of magazines and websites that you can write for. There's actually in Delaware. Remember that authors conference we went? It was a book conference. Remember that we went down to?
The one I set up at?
I think somewhere in Delaware.
Dover. I think it's
No, Dover had the Comic-Con. So I don't know if that had there was an authors convention.
It was like an authors and artists.
Yeah, and it was like mostly authors, and then there were some artists there with their crafts, but mostly authors that were selling their books and magazines and stuff like that. But that's something to look into, because you can go there and they have tons of classes, like workshops and lectures. You can go and attend and learn how writers do their thing. I honestly, everything I've done up to this point has been self-taught. I read books on what to do, but when I started, I literally jumped into it. I started actually discussed this last night on the Skeptical Inquirer Presents. I kind of just wrote articles, quote unquote articles, when I was a ghost hunter, and just wrote whatever I thought and whatever I believed. I had no idea what references and citations were. My first adventure into writing for a science magazine, which was for Skeptical Briefs. It was the newsletter of Skeptical Inquirer. That's when I learned the hard lesson of, holy crap, I got to reference my work. I got to find these references. I got to get things exact and this and that. I think the first article I submitted went through like 10 revisions. I would send it out, and Ben Raffer would send it back to me, and I would write something and send it back, and it back and forth. It was the hard way to do it. But it made a lasting impression. So I hope that answered your question. All right. Do we have any more?
There was one more question.
There was one more. Yeah. This is your night, guys. I'm also going to put a link into the chat room so you guys can come on if you want to. You can come on and ask your question or discuss the topic if you want. I can't promise I'm going to know about the topic, so you might be on for like a minute just to say hi, and I'll like bye. I don't know about that, but you might be on for 10 minutes. So what was that? What was the question? Where was the question? It went away.
Read what's there.
Oh, shave Santa Claus. No! Fuck you, Kim.
Oh, that's funny.
She's a good friend. When you come into the UK for an investigation, Kevin. Oh, what's up, Kev Kerr? Oh, my buddy. I don't know, but I really want to. And now that things are starting to open up, maybe in the future, I would love to. I would love to, especially if it's associated with some kind of conference, that I can get out there and maybe do a lecture or a talk, and then extend it for a few days where we can explore. You know, I would love to get over there. I would love to. There's so many people I know over there, just online, virtually, that I've never gotten to meet in person. It would be I would love to meet you. I'd love to hang out, have a couple pints, and just chill. Pints. That's what they say.
I don't like warm beer.
I'll drink beer. I'll drink any beer and rum. But I mean, I don't know. I have no plans right now. I have no idea. It all depends on what happens and how I can get other people to pay for it. Because I'm poor.
Yeah. We're working on it.
We're working on it. So we'll see. All right, what else we got? JD, can you talk about that TikTok video you recently recreated? The one I sent you, how you did it. Oh, so that is, let me check because somebody said that somebody did mention that there were 2 videos posted. And I wanted to make sure because I did send 2 videos. It's not up yet. Okay. Basically, you sent me a video. What was it? Oh, the reflection in the TV. So there's a video. I don't want to give it away because there's another video coming out. But basically, there's a reflection in the TV. Somebody has their phone out, and the phone is actually pointing at them, and they're talking to it. And she's like, am I tripping or something like that? And she shows the side. There's nobody on the couch next to her here, and then she turns it this way and kind of around, but not all the way, so she could actually show the TV in front of her. But she comes around this way and shows there's no one on the couch on this way. And then she comes around and you see her hit the phone and then switches the camera. And she's looking at her television set, which is off. It's a big screen TV. It's off. So you're seeing a reflection and you see her, but next to her, it really looks like the girl from The Ring, with the white dress and the long hair coming down in front. It looks like something like that is sitting next to her, not moving. And JD sent me that video, and I was like, I can do this. I can do this. It's really simple. And I'm not going to tell you how I did it because we talked about it. Me and JD talked about it, and he asked if I wanted to write it up, and I said, yeah, I'm going to write it up over the weekend. And instead of doing that, I actually filmed a video showing the whole process, how I did it, and actually I did a shot for shot on TikTok with it. So I compared it and I was able to match up my video with her video almost exactly. So how I did it, I filmed, and that should be coming out this week on Skeptical Inquirer, and I'll be posting that video so you guys can see exactly how I did it. And
yeah, maybe like a Patreon early thing. Can you do that?
No, because I'm not posting it. I
it's
sent it in. I submitted it to Skeptical Inquirer. So they're going to post it on their YouTube channel.
Can't you?
No, because it's freelance work for them, so I can't do that.
Got it. I was thinking ahead.
So I talked about it a little bit, JD, and I appreciate it, but I think it's worth the wait. It's fun. We have fun with it. And that's the fun part about making the videos for the Ghosts in the Machine series that I've been doing for Skeptical Inquirer, because doing video is such an awesome medium. Like I can do so much more. I love writing. And it's fun getting into it and explaining how I figured things out or my methods or stuff. Hi, Linda. But to do video, there's just some things you can't really describe in print. So when you do it in video, I can show you what I'm doing. I can make jokes that are, I think, funny. And hopefully everyone else does. But I can show you like a process instead of just saying, oh, well, I filled 200 cups with 100 drops of water and I mixed in some rum. It's okay to read, but when you actually see it, it makes more of an impact, which I did film that video. And that's going to be the next one that comes up. Well, not the next one, but the next one, because I still have to film a lot of stuff for that. So yeah, I mean, that's the most I can talk about this video, because again, it's coming out and I want people to see it and be surprised. I don't do spoilers. So there you go.
Boo.
All right. Boo, whatever. All right. What do we got next there, Divine Donna? Past lives. Do you believe we gave several?
Have, probably.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving her shit because she's the teacher. Do you believe we have several? I do not. I don't subscribe to the belief. Well, I don't subscribe to any beliefs. So I don't think we have past lives. I don't think there's that thing where we die and then we come back.
I think we do.
Or because there was somebody, who was I listening to? Oh, douchebag psychic that I wrote about.
Oh, okay.
So there's an article coming soon, and some of you guys know who I was writing about, investigating the last like 2 months, and that should be coming out next week too. But that guy in one of his interviews said that we are reincarnated because we have more to learn, and we don't get to stay dead, I guess, and move on to the afterlife until we've learned everything we're supposed to learn in this life.
Mm.
So I don't subscribe to that. Hey, Rich.
I don't subscribe to that particular way he's talking.
What do you think? You should come on. You want to come on? You want to come on?
I don't care.
My God, it's gonna come on screen. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
I have a puppy on my lap.
There she is.
So I think that we have past lives. I believe that when we die, and I think we have the choice on when or whether to come back and what to come back as.
Really?
Yeah, because
So is that just a personal belief, or did you get that from something?
No, I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I think that, like, you know how sometimes you guys have like fears of certain things, like fear of drowning or fear of getting hit by a car, or just anything.
Right.
I feel like I always thought, like, I am deathly afraid to die by drowning. And I feel like, why would I be deathly afraid of that? I'm not afraid of the water. You know, I'm not a great swimmer, but I'm not afraid of the water. So the only thing I can think of is maybe I drowned in a previous life, and that's given me that dread fear inside me saying, stay away from the water. Like, we don't want to do that again.
It's interesting.
So that's
interesting.
That's my thoughts.
I mean, I don't know.
And I believe that,
that's good.
I believe that, we don't have to come back as the same person, obviously. We come back as different people, but I think we get to, like, choose what path we're going to follow. Like, I think you get to choose your parents.
Really?
I really do.
I want to come back as a leprechaun now.
You'd be a demon. You're already demon spawn. You're already demon spawn.
I want to come out from the leprechaun from the movie.
I don't know if you guys probably can't see her, but she's like being so good here, laying on my lap.
You can push down the camera. There it is.
Look, there she is.
Oh my goodness. All right.
She's the cutest thing.
All right. So what else we got here? I
Yeah,
saw
people
somebody
agree
did
with
put a
me.
question. I agree with Donna. What is this? I would think fear of water might fall into innate primal fears such as spiders and snakes. I would agree with that.
But, like,
I mean,
I'm not afraid of spiders and snakes, so why would I only be afraid of one and not all?
It might be because you're used to it, the environment. I mean, we don't go.
I grew
Fear
up
of
at the beach.
water, yeah, but you're on the beach.
Yeah,
The
but when I
beach is
say
not the water.
When I say beach, we were like little
Going out
fishes.
there.
Like, we lived in the water.
So you didn't have a fear of water.
I don't have a fear, but I have like a fear of drowning.
Well, I think everyone has a fear of drowning. I mean, it doesn't have a good outcome. I mean, everybody loses when you drown.
I know, but I mean, you could die in a car accident. You can die from a fire. Like, I'm not like, I don't want to die in a fire or a car crash, but I don't have a fear that I'm going to die in one. Like, I have a fear that I don't want to drown. So I think that fear is based on something I previously experienced and said, look, we already experienced that. We're not going to do that again this time around.
But we don't do anything to prevent it. I mean, if you would never go into the water, then I would see like that as an actual fear.
Well,
but
I'm
you don't
trying to overcome that fear, even though I'm afraid of drowning. I'm not gonna.
I don't know. I don't know.
I won't not go in a pool because I'm afraid of drowning. I might stay at the 3-4 foot, where I can stand. I might not hang out in the 8 foot.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that.
Well, that's just my thoughts. Like, that's
thoughts, yeah.
how I feel about it.
I don't see any kind of reincarnation. I don't see any past lives. I mean, I've had people try to read my past lives. Huh?
No, I just have to put my glasses on to see what.
But every time I've had past lives read, it's all been different. So maybe I have like 200 or 300 past lives. I don't know, but I don't think so. And I just don't subscribe to that. So, all right. Good question, though. All right. What else we got? Anything else? I'm waiting for Taryn. Taryn's supposed to come on tonight.
No, I don't think we have questions. Just statements.
Just statements?
Yeah,
what do we got?
Really.
If you got a question, this is oh wait.
Here you go.
I know
Diana doesn't want to do it again. You're like, Diana, you know you want to come back as a guy. You know that.
Sorry, John. There you go.
Here.
I put a link. Yes. And discuss the afterlife. Oh crap.
That was a good one. I enjoy this topic. Where's your question, John Guy?
Yeah.
Because just write it again, because I don't feel like
straight up out of questions myself. That's
honestly.
Okay. I mean, this might be a short show. It happens once in a while. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. But I mean, it happens with Open Mic Night. I have no idea where it's going to go or how long it's going to last. But oh, what's this? A house fell on him. He's not a witness. See? Oh, there's John. Let's get him on. John is the new host of a new podcast called Let's Learn Shit. So this should be fun. Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing better. Got my drink here, and yeah, I was in a weird place earlier, but watching the show, you guys have got me in a better place, so I appreciate that.
It has to be the puppy, right? I mean, everybody loves the cuteness of a puppy.
Oh yeah, guy. Aad. You can't say his name. I can't say his name. I did because I'm not used to it. I see his name, and honestly, I go, "You done fucked up, AA Ron." That's the only thing that comes to my mind when his name pops up. I'm gonna bring him on too and see what happens.
Here's a question from John Guy before I lose it again. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna. The only thing that comes to my mind. Let me switch my. Let me switch this around. There we go. Someone's got a lot of noise coming through. Let's see. It's Aaron ish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have a lot of feedback. Aaron ish.
Oh, it's the show.
Let me see. I might be able to fix his audio. Or maybe not. No. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna get you on because that's coming through. A lot of feedback's coming through. Yeah. So we'll try it. We'll see. I don't know if there's mic settings or do you have headphones?
Yeah, if you have headphones.
If you have headphones, then pop them on. Did he say?
He fixed it.
He fixed it? All right, let's see. Oh, now his mic doesn't work at all. You have to do it. You have to mic yourself or unmute yourself. Yeah, you do.
You have to do it.
Are you talking to me?
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is.
I muted myself because I thought I was just listening.
Okay.
You talk to me?
There it is.
Now I hear myself a minute of second later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't do it. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to save it for another time. Okay. Thanks for trying, buddy. All right, John. We tried. Maybe it was his name. Maybe it's my mispronunciation of his name that cursed the show.
There it is. That's exactly what it is.
All right. Do we have? Oh, we got a couple questions here. Okay. So what's your topic? We'll get through this first.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little chime in on what we were all talking about. Especially like what, for instance, the fear of water as an example. When we're born and we don't have that, like having a granddaughter right now, she's just over 1. She doesn't have a fear of pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So I think with the fear stuff, it's more things that we learn, what we're taught. Movies, like I know with Tim Vickers, his fear came from the movie Jaws. So I think it's just certain things that really stick in when we see something as a young child, or the way our parents like act when a certain thing happens. Like I had a real fear of the road for a long time, because one time when I was about 4 or 5, I remember like going into the road and there was a car zooming down the road. And my mom came back and just fucking grabbed me, and she's like freaking out. So a long time after that, it just I had a fear of being in the road.
Right.
So I guess what I'm saying is I kind of disagree with it being in the something from the afterlife. I think it's when we're young, something that's really imprinted on us. Plus, we do have, through evolution, we have conditioned responses to things like, snakes and things like that that we pick out. So I think it's more of a learned thing than it is something from a previous life.
Even if it's something that like you don't remember happening, like you remember the car thing. I don't
Right.
remember what triggered my
with fears, I mean,
drowning.
yeah, you can have, like, I think what you're getting at, yeah, you can have these events or experiences when you're younger and not remember them, but it becomes part of your personality or behavior, because you have this event, something scared you, you didn't know what it was, you didn't know what it was, and now that fear continues with you, even though you don't know what the cause is. And you also have this learned fear as well, because you can see things on TV. If you watch movies of someone that drowns, and that could spark a fear in you. That could spark a very strong fear in you. Like, holy shit, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in that exact moment. So you can see it, and that can produce a fear and a pseudophobia, if you will, because it really happened to you, but you still see it and it's traumatic to you. I can remember going to see the original Friday the 13th in the drive-through or the drive-in. It's one of those drives.
The drive-through is for
and I was much too young, even though I'm old, much too young to be there. But my uncle took me and my cousin, and we hid in the back seat. And I swear I couldn't sleep in my bed for weeks because
you hid in the back seat, so you didn't have to pay for you to get
No, we were just in the back seat. We drove in, we were in the back seat, but we were at Friday the 13th. I mean, teenagers having sex and getting killed. That's not a movie for. I mean, it was 1970.
No, it couldn't be in the 70s.
We were what? When was it?
We were born in 72.
So Friday,
when you were like 8.
Friday the 13th film series. Friday the 13th. Let's see. Friday the 13th. Let's see. Wikipedia. Friday the 13th. No, I'm screwing this up. Friday the 13th film. Friday the 13th filming location, 1980.
So we were 8.
So we were 8 years old
when that came out.
Yeah,
and
I was 8 years old.
How responsible was your uncle?
Not at all. Obviously, because he took me and my cousin, who was also 8 years old. We were born like 5 days apart or something like that, and took us to see that movie. And I remember the one scene. I think it was Kevin Bacon. I think he was in the original, and he gets us like a spear or something through the bed, through his chest, and that was it. I was scared shitless that I was going to lay in my bed at night and get something coming through my chest because Jason was in my house.
I did think, when I first saw Jaws, I don't know what year that came out. So I was very young too. What year did that come out?
Jaws.
That was like in the early 80s.
Okay, so I remember seeing
75.
75? Holy shit.
Okay, so I was literally 3 years old. Okay, so I was down the shore, and my uncle let me watch it. But it came out there, but we didn't. We watched it at home, so it was when we had cable, so it had to be later.
It was, yeah.
Because we watched it at the house.
Okay.
So it's not when it first came out. It was probably early
80s.
80s.
75. I mean, Jesus. We were only What, 3?
Yeah, I don't. I
So,
wouldn't-
yeah, we
I
couldn't
was,
have gone.
I was older than that, but I was probably maybe 7 or 8.
So maybe that.
But
maybe
no,
that helped.
I couldn't sleep that night because I swore Jaws was coming out of this closet. It was right at the bottom of my bed, and like, for one, why would Jaws come out of a closet? I mean, it's like whatever.
You got some
It was
treats.
messed up. This was the gym, by the way, that took us down this year all the time. I didn't have treats back then. Unless they were smoking around me, that could have been possible. I don't know.
Yes, right. I agree.
That is true.
Out of you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, actually my first movie that did that to me was my parents had Children of the Corn sitting out, and growing up in Ohio there was a shit ton of cornfields, and yeah, that was bad.
That could have been.
Yeah,
bad.
that could do it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Trauma-inducing fear. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, that's psychological trauma is what we're talking about when we're talking about film and TV shows. I mean, I remember being afraid to go in the woods at
Tim
times.
had an issue. Tim, do you have a fear of drowning, or is it just swimming in the ocean?
Jaws altered my childhood love of swimming,
and I just don't realize it. You know, like my fear of drowning. Maybe it is related to that movie. I don't know.
Did Tim Vickers show up?
Yeah, Tim Vickers in the house.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Children who watch porn. What?
Not porn.
Children who watch porn. It says porn. That was me. Killer clowns from outer space on a pirate.
Oh, hell yeah. That was a good one, too. Ooh.
Another one.
Yep.
Now, growing up seeing these things, I remember watching either In Search of or Unsolved Mysteries. And when they talked about Bigfoot, I thought Bigfoot was going to be in the woods across from my house.
Really?
Yeah. But that didn't scare me. I went after it. I was like, I'm going, spend the whole day in the woods waiting, eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, waiting for Bigfoot to come out.
Did you bring one for Bigfoot like next to you and be like,
no, man, no, because I liked peanut butter. It was mine. All right, do we have some questions? You can stick around.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down.
Hold on, my baby's in my lap.
Divine Dawn is distracted by the new puppy.
Hold on, I can't see. Here's John Guy. Here, let's get his question.
Let's get John Guy. John without an H, part 2. Who is the most influential skeptic to you, both in the beginning of your skepticism and now, and why? Wow, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Influential, I guess. Starting out, I would have to split it between Ben Rafford and Joe Nickel, because those two were the people that I read their work the most in the beginning. Seeing how in-depth and thorough they were, how they covered it, and how they had the attitude where they weren't outright dismissing stuff, and they weren't what's the word, mocking people. They were taking them seriously, both of them, and that really hit home with me. And so now it's a plethora of people. I love using that word. A plethora.
I think
what
we
is a
all
plethora?
need to drink to Kenny's energy with plethora.
Oh
boy. Oh, that doesn't look good. From the bottle. There's for now. I mean, there's so many people. There's so many people that I learn from. I talked when we go to conferences, and when I get to interact with people on this show, when I reach out to people to come on as a guest, I get to talk to them throughout the week, and I learn stuff. And the books that I constantly get, I get little things here and there. So there's no one person
I am thirsty.
that I would credit anymore. It's a lot of people. So what about you, John?
Well, I mean, for me, at first it was James Randi, because I used to love magic, and growing up as a child, like that was my big thing. And then James Rainey started to do the that challenge for the $1 million challenge. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
And just the way he really looked into things, and like you said, not making fun of him, like just science and how it's done, and here's how this is done, or why I think you're doing this. And the way he just like showed people doing magic that they were trying to say was paranormal.
Right.
Like that was a big deal. And then also Penn and Teller with that. But like you said, as going on, there's a lot more people now. But if I were to pick the ones that are the most influential now, because it's a weekly thing, would be this show and Three Tortured Souls.
I give you a heart.
If I met comedians, I would too.
I appreciate that. I mean, it's nice. It's so nice to hear that, because then it really makes all the stuff that I do worth it. You know, when it does have an impact on people. And like what you said and what other people were saying in the comments, Carl Sagan, James Randi, other people, Ray Hyman, Richard Wiseman. There's a lot of people that I've learned from, not necessarily met. Even Bill Nye, the science guy, you know, even he taught me something where he didn't think he was teaching me something, because this is a quick story. So we're at SciCon and he was an unannounced guest. So nobody knew he was coming. We heard rumors that he when we got there, we heard rumors because we know a lot of the people that organize it.
Who was coming?
Bill Nye.
Oh yeah.
And so I was excited because I'm like, Bill Nye, the science guy. Yeah. And he shows up. And it was like, oh, it was a mob. You know, everybody wants to talk to him. Everybody wants to, you know, get pictures with him. So I kind of backed off. It was the following morning, right before the conference started.
Yeah, before the guy, you've seen this.
The guy came down.
Man.
He's at the table
He wasn't even freaking awake.
Getting coffee.
He was not even awake.
You could see he's like
half dead. And what does Kenny do?
Hey, can I get a picture with you?
Oh my God, the poor man.
And
he did everything he could, and he did do
but
a picture.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even though he was dead tired, you could tell he was dead tired. I saw that as my only opportunity.
I'm like, Kenny, don't do it. He's like, no.
And he was like,
do it.
Okay. And he did a nice picture with me, and I was very, very, I was happy, and I was very thankful that he did it. He took the time out of he didn't want to, but he did it anyway. And even that little bit, it's not science, it's not, you know, critical thinking, it's just professionalism and politeness. And, you know, like, he knew, obviously I was a fan, and he gave me the few seconds that I asked for, and that was nice, and that stuck with me. So, like, if somebody needs help, that's one of my mottos. If somebody needs help and asks me a question, I'm going to try and do, even if I'm tired and I don't want to, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah, he does.
Just because I know she's like, my God, come on.
Sometimes
no, somebody needs help.
He reads me an email sometimes, and I'm like, really? Like, now you're going to spend hours answering this? Yes. I can answer it in one line.
You can answer something in one line, but that's not going to explain it to them. That's I hate that. I hate it. I hate when you ask a question and somebody's like, no, and then they walk away.
Well, I mean, it would have been a little bit more than no, but not like 3 pages worth of information. There's a difference.
I can't help it. I talk a lot.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Another one for me was Skeptic's Guide to the Universe. All of them, fucking Jay Novella, and you know, all of them.
Like Ross
Steve
and
Novella.
Carey.
Yeah, Ross and
Carey.
Yeah. Ross and Carey are good. Ross, I talk to once in a while. Nice guy, real nice guy. Oh, Brian Dunning. Yeah, Brian Dunning, great guy. I love hanging out with him.
But like,
he can drink. I'll tell you that much. We can drink together. Oh yeah.
I honestly would have to say that I look up to you, Kenny. Of all, like,
you all heard it, right? Y'all heard it.
Not that way.
Please clip this out and send it to me.
I keep him in his place, but honestly, like, I don't really look up to a lot of like celebrities or a lot of people. You guys are saying Randy, and like, but I guess that's because you're big into that skeptic world. I look up to you because I see your drive and your passion for what you love to do, and you're doing it the right way.
Yep.
And I love that about you.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. I'm so using this. I'm so
Yeah,
using
here's
it.
a little
It's got a drunk. Throw her with the bottle, right?
I only have here yet. When I get to like maybe there, but I'm only here. I'm good. I'm not drunk yet. I seriously, like, when you guys were throwing names out there, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like who would I look up to? I'm like, or think that, and I'm like, Kenny. Other than my dad, of course, everybody. But I think everybody has that feeling for their parent. Well, almost everybody has a feeling like that for their parents if you're really close with them.
Yeah.
Because I do. My dad, my grandfather, those people to me were like rocks.
Right.
But other than them, I see, like, you are totally different from them. Like, you aspire to do what you love to do, and you're making all this happen. And I'm watching it unravel in front of me. And it's amazing. It's kind of cool.
Shit, I'm fucking blushing.
You know what? That I would credit that. There's two people I would credit with that drive. Well, three. Me, because I'm just as soon as I got the bug for information, boom.
Yep.
I'm an alcoholic when it comes to information. I love learning. There was Joe Nickel. Joe Nickel told me, like, straight up, and like, he's been a grandfather to me. I love the guy dearly, and he's always told me, find something you love to do, and then find someone that will pay you to do it. And I was like, okay,
yeah,
that's what I'm doing. And I've done that, and I'm continuing to do that because I'm trying to push more. I want to get more work.
Well, I guess I haven't found that passion in my life yet. So I don't have that drive other than taking care of you guys.
Got your craft business that you do good.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's a drive for me. Like, I don't right now anyway, at this point in my life, I don't see that. Like, in the future, I would love to see that. Like, I would love to have a storefront and just rock that out. Maybe, when I retire and can afford it. But right now, like, that's not a drive for me. I mean, I do it because I love it and I can do the small craft shows, but right now I don't have the drive that I see in you for what you want. Like, you are doing everything you can possibly can to get the job of your dreams.
Maybe I just have like ADD or OCD.
Oh, you definitely have that.
Undiagnosed.
There ain't no
I don't know. Hey, Jade Kitten. Adrian Hill. What's up? How you doing?
But yeah, Donna, sometimes it took me a long time to find out what really is my passion, like painting and writing and stuff. And for years, I felt like I had no drive for anything special like that.
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to find mine.
Yeah, it takes time, and everybody's got their own different times. Some people find it early, some people don't find it for until their later years. So I mean, just take your time with it, and it'll come.
I know. I'm loving the crap out of this puppy that is asleep in my lap.
I am what, like 2.5 weeks away from turning 50, and I found my passion. I found the thing. I mentioned this last night on the Skeptical Inquirer Presents show, but I was horrible in school. Like, I failed pretty much every subject at least once.
This was Kenny's motto.
That's it. I literally got an F.
Kenny, to get through school.
Well, because in our high school, the standard was that you could not get less than a 60. Like, because they went on percentages, 60. You couldn't get less than a 60 on your grade. So if I got an 80 in the first half of the school year, then there was no way I could fail at the end
For the
because
year.
even if I get a 60, I'd still average a 70.
So he was a slacker.
That was the smartest thing that I produced in high school because I was like,
He
oh,
was like,
I can do that simple math. I'll
Yeah.
work enough to get an 80, and I did. And then I would
don't know how
fail.
You never ended up in summer school.
I mean, I
don't
just
know how
did.
you
I didn't because you had
honestly.
to get lower than a 70 to go into summer school. So I always made it, and that was it. It was how can I get by? And now it's completely different. Now I strive to learn. You know what? There's a scene in the Avengers, the first Avengers.
I saw you, Bob.
Teacher
Teacher
love.
love.
In the first
There's
Avengers,
a lot of them out there, Bob.
they
Don't
get
worry.
they're on the hell not the hell the oh shit the ship
Oh,
the helicarrier. That's it, helicarrier.
Yep.
And there's a line where they're talking about like nuclear physics or something, and the lady from
This is dragging out. Sorry, guys.
wow. There's a lot of somebody asked Tony, when did you become an expert in nuclear physics or something like that? And he's like, last night. Didn't you read the material? And that has always stuck with me. It's like, oh, well, that's what I do. You know, you give me a topic and I don't know about it, I will spend the next couple hours just plowing through the information until I know a lot about that. And Susan Gerbic is another. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so we have some questions. Let me because apparently I'm drawing this out.
Well,
And-
no, just that answer was
Okay.
like, was
I was
he ever
trying
going
to
to
think.
get to it?
I was just trying to think. It was
And if I real quick, if I could self plug my show, that's what like
yeah. Go ahead.
that's what my podcast, my show is about, is like taking things that I don't know or like topics that people want to bring up that they don't know. It's let's research the fuck out of this. Take the week research and then plug it into the show, and then we can all learn together about said topic. So
good. And I finally got to watch last week.
Yeah.
Which was fun. I finally got it in there because
I still haven't.
Sunday's usually my day for filming and all this stuff. So I finally was able to. I got everything done early. I was like, oh, cool! I can watch. Awesome.
Yeah,
So
now he's going to be backed
awesome.
up.
Now I'm going to be backed up.
Shit going
All right,
on.
what else we got? I see we got a couple questions. Redman, do you guys ever watch Grave Encounters? I don't think I've watched
I
that.
think I've only seen it once.
What is it?
It's like a
TV series. I watched it a long time ago, and I don't remember a lot about it.
I think Redman, didn't you bring this up before? I think I was supposed to watch this. So I'm going to put it on the list. Watch Grave Encounters. I'll probably do that when I'm supposed to be sleeping tonight. Grave Encounters. Because my early travel arrangements. All right. What else we got? It's on the list, Redman.
Redman. He wrote it down.
I wrote it down so that it's on the list. Okay. Oh, this is a long one. Hey,
Wow.
Jay, what about a show about the history of skepticism, originating from the scientific revolution, the beginnings of the scientific method from Sir Roger Bacon, and how experimentation and deductive reasoning affected philosophy and the doubt of superstition and the supernatural. People like Thomas Hobbes, I'm not going to try that, for example, in the 1600s. That sounds like a topic for Three Tortured Souls, because I think that would be really good if we could do the history. Let me see, 3TS.
And if I can link up with you guys, I already planned on trying to do a show about that kind of stuff. So if we could schedule it for like the same weekend, I will piggyback off of you guys, if that's all right.
That might be good. Yeah, that might be good. So I wrote that down. It's on the list, Jay. Bacon. That's what
I'm thinking pancake kitten. Like I was actually thinking, like I do have a pound of bacon after the show. You go,
dude. I'm thinking about a BLT right now. Yeah.
For that too.
That's I like that idea. The history of skepticism.
We're all thinking food, and Kenny's thinking
I'm trying to keep on the show going. You guys are thinking like,
to take a tangent.
I take tangents all the time.
Well, that's where the chat room's going.
Oh
Look,
my
everybody
God.
wants bacon.
Bacon. See what happens? Good one, Jay. This is your fault, Jay. You better get an actual fucking phosphor on that episode. I don't.
Oh, you know what? John without an age. He actually, I don't know if he has a degree in it, but that's one of the things he studied. So we could possibly, if he wants to come on, we can get John without an H on.
Be good.
Yeah, I can talk to him and see what we're doing. I mean, that's a good topic. That's a really good topic. I think that's going to be something that we can really delve into and get.
Yeah.
A few more than one.
That's going to take a while. That's going to be, although like 3TS. So 3TS is Three Tortured Souls. That's the podcast we do Saturday nights, and sometimes we pick a topic and we have a week to like really research it and try to get in depth. And then sometimes like when we did the history of witchcraft, I think we did like 2 days, and it was like, oh shit, we gotta do this quick, because we didn't come up with a topic in time, and we just delved into it, and it actually turned out to be a really good show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we're gonna have to actually get to. Oh my God, Kim, you pushy bitch.
Whoa.
No, she knows it's all in
Do
fun.
I have to boo you?
No, it's my show. I can do this. We're not arguing. That's just how
Right.
we communicate.
I think we're getting close to a Kennedy break.
Oh, what time is it?
We
Oh, we are. All right.
Yeah.
Put that question back up. I have a book that I can recommend.
She just looked at you like,
She
what
should
the
be at
fuck?
the show. All right. So, Chupacabra. No, I do not believe. I don't believe in a Chupacabra.
What the fuck, Mom?
All right. No cuteness. Stop. Science and skepticism. There's no cuteness in science and skepticism.
Everybody loves a puppy. Nobody wants to look at me. Y'all know you want to see the puppy.
Oh my God. All right. So I recommend for that topic this book by my editor, Benjamin Radford. This is probably the what is that word? This is the definitive guide. Definitive
Wow.
research guide on the legend of the Chupacabra. This was years in the making, and it's an excellent book. He tracks the history of it, where the first reports came from, tracks down exactly who made the first reports, and gets into so much detail. Travels down to where it all began, gets interviews with people. I mean, it's amazing. Again, if you want this, it's called Tracking the Chupacabra, the Vampire Beast in Fact, Fiction, and Folklore by Benjamin Radford. I highly recommend this. Oh, that's the word, Bob, right there. I'm not
Quintessential. Yeah, quintessential.
Quintessential.
Yes.
I don't think that word has ever left my mouth.
Quintessential.
It's a great word, though.
Quintessential.
This is definitely the book for. So I definitely recommend this, Kim. If you can get a copy of this, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Amazing book. Because I mean, once Ben has that drive that I do, and I probably got it from him and Joe, but once he gets onto a topic and he really wants to research the crap out of it, he does, and that's why I'm such a fan. So, all right.
Break.
What else?
Potty break.
All right, pee break.
Potty break.
Pee break. All right, John, you want to hang out?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Okay,
All right, we're
commercial
we have a 3-minute. I revised it a little bit. JD should be happy with the new commercial. So let me make sure. Okay, I do have it. So it's about 3 minutes. So make sure you guys empty your bladders and refill your cups,
Yeah, and come back.
but not with what you emptied the bladder with.
And then we need more questions.
We need
too,
more
so-
questions, so pop them up there, and
Yeah.
we will be back in 3 minutes from now.
Do satanic cults lurk in the shadows? Can memories of satanic ritual abuse be repressed? Do exorcisms really drive out demons? And are those demons always possessing Zach Baggins? I'm JD Sword, the Satanic Skeptic. Join me on The Devil in the Details as I examine these questions and more, bringing a skeptical and satanic perspective to the paranormal. The Devil in the Details, available on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, and more.
Jetham Forash. Jetham Forash. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Are you tortured by what you see and hear about the paranormal field? Join us as we critically examine and question paranormal claims, science, ghosts, demons, cryptids, UFOs, ghost hunting technology, and much more are all on the table for discussion. 3 Tortured Souls is a video podcast that streams live on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 Pacific.
3 Tortured Souls.
All right, we are back. What's up, Neil? I got the cuteness.
I know, he stole it.
Everybody's got cuteness but me.
I grabbed the original cuteness.
There you go.
No,
All right.
I do got my fishes back here, so.
What are their names, John?
Well, you got Sully, who's my beta fish, and then my mollies don't have a name, but Slim Fin Shady is my catfish. Okay.
All right, so let's get into
I
some
love
questions because
Sully.
we got a bunch piling up. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
No, it's cool. I'm not saying nothing.
I got
Relax.
it. Just
All right.
Get in here real
Let's
quick.
see.
We haven't talked about it yet. Here, Tom has a question.
Tom Flock. I've heard you and Tim mention gaming. Have you heard of the team ghost hunting game Phantasmophobia? Yes, I have.
You have?
I have heard of it.
Wow.
So I listen to a podcast called the Spooky Science Sisters.
They're awesome.
They are awesome. I love them. I've been on their show, I think twice. They've been on here once, and they kept bugging me to come. Hi. They kept bugging me to come on to the show or not actually play the game, because I think you can have like teams of 4 on there and play that game, but I don't have time. I don't have time to do that.
No, he doesn't.
I really
Honestly,
don't.
I wish he did.
The
But
only game I play is Call of Duty, and that's to get my frustration and stress out onto little kids. Little
Yeah,
kids.
he beats them up too.
Oh man, I
And
talk
he's
shit to
happy
them.
about it.
I love it. Sometimes because I'm screaming out, I'm like, yeah, you still live in your mommy's house. Where's your mom to help you? Because you just got served, bitch.
I come in the room and I'm like, are you yelling at the little kids again?
Yep. Yeah, always. All right. So yeah,
8-year-olds are feeling good about it.
I have. Damn right. Yeah, I have heard of that game. I've looked at. I think I downloaded it on my phone, but I just haven't played it because I just don't have time. But
Oh, is it a phone game? Because
I think so.
I just looked it up real quick because I never heard of it, so I wanted to check it out. And it's saying it's a. It started off as a Microsoft Windows game back in '95.
Okay.
So
because I'm pretty sure I downloaded it on my phone.
Okay.
Oh no.
I mean, it does say it's a point and click kind of game, so I can see it being on the phone now.
All right. So I don't know what I downloaded then. No, my phone.
Oh, that's
Probably
scary.
should check that.
Yeah. Probably
right.
some more porn.
Okay. All right. Oh, Phantasmagoria that I downloaded. Okay, that's the one I did.
God,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Close, right?
Different
So,
game. Okay. Yeah, my bad. So I've never heard of this
and-
this part. So let me write this down.
Yeah, maybe you should.
I mean, I'll
Do you
look
want me
into
to
it.
spell it for you?
No,
PHANTASMAPHOBIA.
Okay. All right, I'll check into that, and maybe I probably won't play it anyway, but at least I'll check into it. All right.
On your oh, you can't do it when you're driving.
No. Well, the other drivers might be upset if I do
yeah,
that.
I think playing a game. But you know, on the new Mustang, did everybody see the new Mustang coming out? That has the screen that's like almost like an 18-inch laptop screen that goes
Looks
up
ridiculous.
and down, takes up the whole middle console.
Damn.
I swear it is this big.
Looks
it is
awful.
huge. It comes up like this high up off the dash and it goes straight down. It's all screen. I'm like,
Wow.
why do you need that? I'm like, what are you watching movies while you're driving? Like,
all right.
What was that?
Car, but I didn't like the screen. The Mustang's coming out with a crossover.
What was that movie? The chick, she had red hair or something, and all of the cars were fine. It was all like screens in the car.
Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Multi-pass.
Yeah,
Multi-pass. Kenny's got a multi-pass.
All right. Let's keep going.
Oh,
Next
Kenny's-
commercial.
All right, Kenny's back on the
Yeah,
commercials.
we do have a
Sorry,
show
guy.
here. All right. What do we got? What's coming up on K&D Adventures in the near future? Oh, hey, Bob.
So we did do a small video.
We did a small video from the Philadelphia Auto Show.
Yeah, it was
We didn't do a
mostly
closing,
Kenny.
though. We didn't do like an
We
ending.
could do an ending.
Penny,
But it was
yeah.
mostly Kenny because my uncle came up and my
Yeah.
uncle's older and I was with him most of the time. He loves cars. He's like
Yeah.
an antique car guy.
And-
so we
and
go to
the-
the car show every year.
The show was kind of shitty.
It wasn't too bad. I
it
mean,
wasn't-
I enjoyed it.
It wasn't great. It
It
was
just-
it was really
It
bad.
was last minute thrown together, and I think they haven't had it for 2 years. And I don't think they were going to have it this year. I think because it's usually in February for Philadelphia, and I think they just kind of threw it together to get it together for March because some of the dealerships didn't even have cars there. Like big dealerships like Volkswagen had nothing, like they weren't
Right.
even there. So I think that honestly, with inventory, they just didn't have it to have it at the show. So
I would like to invite you guys here in Brazil, Indiana. It's in the
Brazil.
late
Shit. That's a long
Yeah.
flight.
my grandparents are actually from Brazil. That's where I was. They came from Italy to Brazil.
No, I mean Brazil, Indiana. It's not, yeah, not. But you were talking about car show. They do a car show where they shut down the main highway here, and it's nothing but old cars and old music and good food and.
He takes his cars. He has antique cars himself, and he takes them all summer long to different shows. He would love that.
That would be awesome.
There, you want me to take her?
All right. What else we got? No, okay.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get you another question.
Get me
Oh,
another
and Bob,
question.
yeah. So we did do the Philadelphia car show. It's a small video, but it'll be coming up. And I was actually thinking, I don't know if anybody in the Philadelphia area saw the new Illusion Museum down in Old City. It looks awesome. So I told Kenny briefly about it the other day. I said maybe we'll go down there and video that.
Yeah, we're gonna try and look into that and see if we can get there.
Yeah,
and
but right
we
now,
can film.
Kenny's got so much going on, and K&D is kind of off to the side right now until we get back in the rhythm. Hopefully, when the weather gets a little nicer and we can actually go to places,
all right,
that are open, because COVID just shut down everything that was public. We'll get some more videos up.
All right, what else we got?
Moving on.
Hey, Kenneth, I love your name. I love it.
Why, Kenny? Why
love it. I don't know. It just sounds like home.
Nice.
When it comes to identical twins, have you ever investigated any cases that would suggest strong evidence of psychic ability between identical twins and/or the possibility of a sixth sense?
Oh, that's a great question.
I have not. I've not investigated anything that has to do with that. I've thought about it, and I can give you my thoughts on it, which have no scientific basis. But basically, you're talking about identical twins, which are, I believe, from. So, okay.
Go ahead.
So I think it's one egg.
Identical twins split. The egg splits.
The egg splits after it's fertilized. After it's already.
Yeah.
It depends if you're talking about fraternal or maternal twins.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess initially, and this is just off the top of my head, I don't have the background for this. I want to make that clear. But I would think, because we're almost dealing with identical twins, two identical people that have, I think they also have the same fingerprints, if I'm not mistaken. But you're talking about the same.
I don't know if they have
person.
Right. Okay. I have very limited knowledge of this, but I do remember back in when I was taking psychology, and Bob in chat, he could help with this. But when it comes to identical twin studies, it's more of they're trying to find if something is nurture or nature. It's not trying to. As far as I know, again, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, the only thing they're trying to show is if something is more how you're raised, like the whole nature thing, or it's the nurture thing, or if it's nature. It doesn't go into like stuff like that. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, it's more just a guide. It's not even very accurate. It's just 40 below is it's not part of nature, and then 50 above is more towards like nature. So
So
I just looked it up too, and
okay,
this is correct. Identical twins do not have the same fingerprints.
My mom's an identical twin, and I can tell you for a fact that she would pick up the phone sometimes to call her sister, and her sister would already be on the other line without the phone even ringing.
Wait, your mom was an identical
Yeah.
twin?
wow.
They didn't look anything alike.
Yeah, they did.
They look like family kind of
when
thing.
they were younger and married, oh my God, they did. Before they had kids, and then their bodies changed.
I didn't think they
little,
looked
but they were
that
identical
close
twins.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I looked
they
it up.
would do that more than once, like.
And I wonder,
and it would go either way.
I wonder if that's.
They would know if one was hurting, they would know something was wrong, and they would go grab. Because I remember a few times Mom was like, I have to go call my sister. She would just stop whatever she was doing in the house, and she would call her, and yes, something was going on. That was traumatic enough that she needed to call.
I don't know. Again, unfortunately, this is going into an area where it's not documented. We don't know.
No, I'm just giving my own input.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, my mom was an identical twin, so I've actually witnessed that. And even my dad and my aunt, so they're not related. They're related through blood, but they have the same birthday, and they used to do the same thing. Like
they're not related by blood, but just because they have the same birthday.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. So
they were born on the same day.
That
different hospitals
doesn't make any.
I know it doesn't, but I'm saying you talk to my dad about it. He would call my Aunt Marie, or he would. It was the same thing with the phone. He would pick up the phone, and it was like they were there, and they still do it today. Like they won't talk for months, and then it's like they call that day, and it's like, oh my God, I was just going to call you.
But to me, because I am. This is something I'm working towards the show, and I'm not trying to what's the word, invalidate what what you're going through. But if you look at things like statistics, and people hate fucking math, and this is one of those important things with statistics. Things like that are really, really common. We just don't see it because it happens to other people, or there's times that it happens and we just don't notice it. So with statistics, things like that, things like, the birthday thing. There was a show, I don't remember the name of the show, forgive me, but they had a group of 50 people, and there was multiple people in that room that had the same birthdays, even though they're like way different.
Oh, that would be good.
I mean, statistics is one of those. It's hard to grasp, especially since it's not taught so well, and people shirk it. But it's more. I think it was, if things didn't happen like that, that would be more miraculous than small things like that happening. But it's also like. Are they counting the misses as well? Like the times that they called and,
Right.
I mean, this goes into the remembering the hits and forgetting the misses.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right.
I agree that
and I get it. I mean, I've done the same thing with people where I text them and they're like, oh, I was just thinking about you. And it's not because of any psychic connection. It's just because I had a question and, I thought, oh, that person would know. Let me text them.
Well, yeah, and the next time I see my aunt, I'll just ask her. I'll ask her, what went on between her and my
aunt. It's difficult. See, I mean,
without talking to
anecdotes
somebody,
like this, it's very difficult because you won't remember the misses.
Oh, I'm not saying that it happened all the time.
Relax. I'm talking in general terms,
right.
But you're not no one's gonna remember the misses. So you can't. I mean, personal anecdotes are cool, and that's the problem we run into. It's cool because we remember them. We remember the times where it's like, oh, well, that was awesome. We did the same thing. We called each other, or
oh no, but
like
I'm
that.
saying when somebody was going through something at that moment, my mom would just stop and be like, I have to call my sister right now.
Right.
Like that kind of stuff. I'm not saying,
But again,
that happened more than once.
It goes into how many times did something happen and neither reacted?
Right.
We don't know. We're never going to know. So it's cool stories, and it's not downplaying it. I don't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to invalidate anything, but
it's that cool story. Right. I hate saying that because I say it to other people. It's like that cool story, bro.
I know what you're saying.
But we don't know for sure.
I know. It's
okay.
Your skepticism coming out.
This is the word that I get all the time that you don't get to see.
Drink up, people.
The eyes rolling. They're like, oh, whatever. All right, we got some questions. Let's move on. I know we got some big questions there.
You just got to hold on, so I put my wine bottle down.
Don't want to disturb that. I mean, it is a bar, so let's make sure we get it. All right, this is for all three. Let's see. If ghosts did exist and one wanted to live in your house, would you welcome it? Under what conditions?
I would, as long as it listened to me, and if it was, I honestly believe that, not so much now, but when Connor was a baby, I felt a presence in this house when Kenny wasn't around, and Connor would be crying in his room and say I'm in the shower. And I would be like, George, just go take care of the baby. Like, tell him to be quiet. And like within a few seconds, Connor would just be quiet. And I was just like freaked out. But I'm like, you know what? As long as he does what I tell him to do, I'm good with that. Plus, he would knock on the attic door when I was in the bathroom. And I'd be like, George, stop fucking with me. I know nobody's in my house. Stop banging on the door. But like, I found him very helpful. So as long as, like, I would welcome a ghost as long as they were helpful and not harmful. You're gonna help me out? I'm all for it.
For me, I think absolutely I would invite a ghost into my home. My one stipulation would have to be, let me do the documentations, let me do the recordings, let me do the certain things so I can show that you're an actual ghost and not some like just random
your imagination.
Right. Give me some evidence that I can show to people that yes, this is an actual ghost and this is what they do or how they interact with the environment. That's my.
I'm right there with you. I'd be the same way. Like, let me. If you want to stay here peacefully, and I have now accepted that you are a real thing, you have to do something for me, which is let me test you.
Right.
let me do the test that I've always dreamed of testing, or
and then you
that
can live
whatever
in my
comes
house.
up.
Is that what you're saying?
You can live here rent free.
Rent free. Yeah.
I won't do anything to try to get you out of here, but we got to work together. Like, you're my ticket.
Yeah, like,
you know,
says, don't be a little shit.
There's a $250,000 challenge out there that I know of that I can win because of you. So,
Right.
you know, let's work together, and I'll even make your own room. Build your own room. You can hold the shit out of it. So there you go. Good question. Good question, Bob.
Yeah.
And Kimberly, I just named him George for some reason. I don't know why, but since
Hello,
we moved
George.
into this house, we
George.
just call him George.
George
I'm
of
like,
the jungle.
George, what
There
the
it is.
hell?
Watch
All
out
right.
for the tree.
What else we got?
Hold on a second.
Have you ever seen footage of a real? Well,
Sorry. My bad.
how's that wine bottle doing?
My bad. Wait, hold on. Oh, we're almost to the bottom of the label. So yeah, I'm feeling a little better.
Have you ever seen footage of a real exorcism? Do you think people can really be possessed? All right, so two-part question. First part, I've seen footage of home exorcisms, which is different. It's not church sanctioned. These were families that took it upon themselves to, quote unquote, exorcise a family member. And the footage that I've seen was horrific, and just horrible. That's as far as I can go with that, because it really angers me what I saw in the videos. The second part of your question, do you think people can really be possessed? I do not. I don't have a belief in demons.
I think we just need more drugs.
When I go back through the history and research the mythology of it, you see the evolution of demons, where they came from. They are a human construct. I do not believe demons exist at all. So no, I don't. John, you got a comment?
Oh, absolutely. This one really bothers me. So the footage of a real exorcism, I did, and it was on one of those sites that you don't want to go on to. It was terrible. It made me physically sick. The person, I think, had some serious mental illness going on, and just the way they reacted, yeah, that pisses me off. But do you think people can really be possessed? I try to keep an open mind with that. But my whole thoughts with that is, if possession is a real thing, why aren't people who are atheists possessed? It's always
Right.
It's always somebody that believes, their family believes. if an atheist is possessed and that comes out, there's no mental shit going on, because that, to me, the whole possession thing has been proven when we look backwards. It's all been mental shit, schizophrenia, or shit like that. And when you look with the witches, even like going back to the witches, it's like it's all about mental illness, and we didn't understand those things at the time, but now that we're starting to understand, there's not so many possessions as there is like people needing mental health.
Well, I mean, unless you talk to like Bob Larson, who does like an exorcism every like 30 seconds, something like that. But yes, I don't when it comes to demons, yeah, I don't. John Michael, John without an H. I love how our locals have specific nicknames like that. Not just
it's awesome. I love it.
John without an H. Demons don't necessarily predicate God. Demons wouldn't necessarily target atheists. But it does seem to be that only the faithful are possessed. That I've seen.
Fucking God damn it!
Wow, that came out of nowhere.
Energy.
Oh my God. So yeah. See, someone without religion, someone without religion at all, if they were suddenly to become possessed, and I mean, when you look at possession, I mean, let's get down and dirty about this. How dumb are demons? Honestly, like, if you want to do, what's your end game? What is your end game here? Stop with the cuteness. We're talking about demonic possession. Stop it. You're going off the show soon. If you're talking about demonic possession, what is your end game? What is your reason to take one individual?
Yeah, absolutely.
That maybe is not, maybe they're leading an ordinary life. And I'm not degrading that. I'm not saying anything bad about that.
Right.
They lead an ordinary life. They go to work, they come home, or their work is at home. They go about their day. They don't influence a lot of people, but they get possessed. Why? What's the purpose? I don't understand what the purpose is. Like, if you want to be influential, if you want to really cause havoc, if your purpose, because of what a demon is to create chaos and take away from the worship of God, then go possess a huge, well-known priest, a bishop, an archbishop. Go possess Congress or the president or something like that. Do that where it makes a difference. But otherwise, you are possessing the little people that have no influence on anything.
And
point.
And that is why, when it comes to like the whole alien abduction things, it's like, why don't aliens, if they had the power to be as advanced as they say they are, they would know that there's this person that leads a lot of the world. Why aren't they abducting them and saying, "Hey, we abducted your leader"? It's and I'm not, again, like Kitty said, I'm not trying to put down like people that are living with. I'm myself simple means, but it's like, if it was, why is it always somebody who is an ordinary Joe? They don't have any fucking. There's nothing. Why are they not coming to people that have some kind of influence and be like, "Yo, we are the alien race. We have your fucking leader. Come get them."
Yeah. So demon possession, it's on one side, it's comical to me. And when I watch videos of like Bob Larson and other televangelists that do these
Robertson
freak shows, is that what you're
they're
saying?
no oh my God, I'm having a total brain fart. not cleansings, but
healings.
Not healings. They're called something. They're not exorcisms, but they're called somethings. Oh my God! Help!
They're called
help me! What do they? What do they do? They do
They're
these
called
things
something.
where they free somebody. They don't do an exorcism, but they release someone from being possessed.
Possessed. I thought that was all.
So like Bob Larson doesn't do exorcisms. He that's not what he does. He not saging, not cleansing. Oh my God! It's
purifying.
No, not purifying.
No. Cleansing?
No. When you do, oh my God, it's right there. It's right there. No. Shush, Kim. God damn it! You gotta wait your turn.
Don't you know the answer, Kim?
I don't know what it is, but they do this something that's alongside exorcisms, and they claim that they can cast out demons.
Thing?
No, I forget what it's called. It'll come to me as soon as we end the show.
You're right.
But I on one hand, the point I was getting at, on one hand, it's comical when you see like Bob Larson go into his I'm gonna release the demons or cast out the demons from you. It's comical because he's a tool. He's a total tool. But then you see home movies, and that's part of the stuff that I've seen where families take it upon themselves, like mothers, fathers, other family, aunts, uncles, whatever, take it upon themselves to exorcise demons out of children. And it's horrific. It's brutal. It's people die. Children die from this kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's not because they weren't strong in their faith. It was because they were ignorant fucktards that performed this ritual, this ancient, barbaric, archaic ritual on children, and went too far. They crossed the line. And I always recommend this. If you go to the website, What's the Harm, and look up exorcisms.
Yes.
See cases and cases and cases where parents killed their children because they thought they were possessed. And it's horrific. And I really, really hate seeing that. And I mean, if I let it, it would consume me because I would go after every single one of them and try to get them convicted. And do whatever I could.
Weird.
It's just so.
I mean, I had
horrible.
Postpartum before where, like you just don't want to do anything. Like that was really bad. Like you just, like I couldn't take. Well, our son was colicky, so he cried all the time, and I remember just having to leave him in the crib and just go out on the porch. Like I needed to just get out of the house and be like, I need to find myself because at that moment. I knew why people like I understood postpartum at that moment because I was like at my wit's end. But like, I mean, as for like, possession and stuff, I don't know.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you read about.
I don't understand how people can do that to their kids, thinking their kids are possessed.
You read about parents holding their kids underwater. To cast out the demons, and I can't help.
No.
I mean, it makes me cry because I'm reading the report. Like, oh my God, I can't. That's funny, actually. Me saying, "Oh my God," but I mean, it's a reflex. But like, wow, like you're doing this to children. I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine what's happening. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Yes.
Real quick. On that topic, I did want to point out because JD Sword did a whole thing on it. Fantastic. Annalise, Michael.
Good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. You can put that up.
Here we go.
How fun was it to do all the research for the Paranormal Brew podcast? Redman's talking about the case of Robert Riggi that I did, which that should be coming out next week. As long as legal it says it's okay. So much information about that. So much. Like when you read the article, which is long.
A good article.
Long. I mean, my editor was like, you sent me an article that's fucking 4,000 some words long. And I was like, yeah, dude, it could have been 8,000. So the research that's one of those cases that gets all consuming, because that was everything I was doing when I was at work. I can listen to podcasts or music in earbuds, and I was listening to interviews of this guy doing interviews over and over and over again. Like I think I was up to like 36 different interviews that he did. Looking up, contacting colleges, contacting state departments, contacting churches, dioceses, archdioceses, and getting information back from them, contacting priests. I love that. That
the
is
only time he uses the fucking phone, because he won't order a fucking pizza.
I can't order a pizza,
but
I will call
an
archdiocese and be like, this guy says he was part of an exorcism that you sanctioned. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah.
So,
but I can't say, hey, send me a large pepperoni pizza.
Can you order a pizza?
Yeah, I can do it online.
But yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot of fun. The episode of Paranormal Brew, check it out. There's a lot of information there, and the article will be coming out a little bit later. Hopefully this week coming up, because I did submit it, and it takes a little bit especially because it's about a specific person. So they have to make sure that I have all my stuff. I know I'm going to have to submit more paperwork, just to show that, yeah, I did do this. I did do these checks. But that should be out soon. And yeah, so yeah, bottom line, it was a lot of fun. I love going down a rabbit hole of stuff like that. It's just amazing when you find information is going to be in the magazine. It's going to be online. It's not going to be in the print magazine because it's way too long. The print magazine, when I do an article for them, like I think the last two that I did was in partnership with Joe Nickel. And we did like miracle photographs and then ghost photographs. There's space restrictions. So when I do stuff on Skeptical Inquirer online, there is no space restrictions.
Right.
The columns that I do are on average, they're supposed to be around 1,500 words, but mine average around like 2,000, easy 2,500 words. This article was 43 or 4,400 words. So it was a big article. And it probably be more of a special report coming out. So look for that next week. I'll share it as soon as it comes out. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, moving on. Stop with the cuteness.
This is my baby. She's been here. This is
she's not do your own show. Donna's Cuteness Corner. Do your own podcast. That's cool.
Just picked her up on Tuesday. She's so fucking good.
Thank you, Red Man. Appreciate it. All right. What do we got next? Have you ever had a show about mass delusion?
Oh.
No, I haven't. But I think because that's on the list. I actually have a list. Yeah.
For here?
For here. I have a list of show topics that I want to do. And Ben Rafford would be excellent for this. I want to have him on and talk about that because he's done several articles about mass delusions. And I think there was one with Pokemon. I think there was something on Pokemon in Japan that happened. And I'm saving that for when I can get him to come on. I think that would be a good show. I think that would be a really good show.
That'd be a great fucking show.
I will stop with the cuteness. John Guy, wasn't Rob Palmer promoting that last week? I know he's doing Rob Palmer, also known as the well-known skeptic.
Thank God you remember.
Oh my God. I was so embarrassed. I did a show last night. I was part of an interview, and I brought him up and totally forgot his name. And I was so embarrassed. I hate when I do that.
That's what happens when he doesn't drink. He wasn't supposed to drink last night.
I wasn't allowed to
forgot everything.
I had to be professional. So I was, and then I had a brain fart and got his name. What was I talking about? Oh, so Rob Palmer came on. Rob Palmer, he's doing an interview, and I forget who it is. You have to go on Facebook and look up the well-known skeptic. He has a Facebook page by that name. Look it up. He's doing an interview with a guy that researched the crap out of what's called the Havana syndrome.
Oh yeah.
And
in
a nutshell, yeah, we touched on it on the show last week. But in a nutshell, it's basically in Havana. There was an episode where a government building, people were talking about having these symptoms, like some kind of hearing thing, syndrome. Syndrome. But things were happening to several people. They were getting sick, feeling ill. They reported it, and it all happened within a very close proximity, same day or over the course of the same week. And they thought it got into the news, and it became something like they were thinking it was a sonic attack, like a terrorist attack using sonics to get into it, and it turned out to be something else. I'm not going to spoil it, but definitely check out that interview. I'm going to post the link to that when Rob puts it up, but really interesting topic. All right, cool.
I think the puppy wants some wine. She's
No,
like,
don't get her drunk. Don't get her drunk.
Yeah, no.
I'm not cleaning it up.
She'll sleep better. No. Energy.
Stop.
John Guy said.
Thanks, John.
I didn't.
Put that in Age Part 2. I remember that. I think John's gonna be on the show.
Bob, I hope.
Oh shit! John was on stage. Yes.
So let me see. I think because I didn't put it in the announcements yet, but yeah, John's going to be on next week. He's going to be on the show. He's going to talk about his upcoming book
cool.
about critical thinking.
Nice.
And we're going to go into that. We actually we got onto this, make sure everything worked. So I'm looking forward to that. Now you know I'm feeling buzzed because I had to put my glasses. All right. What else we got?
No, you know that's
let's get
true.
it.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Here, John Michael. Here we go.
John Michael, if a demon approached you and said it would work with you to prove that demons exist, but it had to possess you, would you do it for science and the CSI prize money?
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Michael. Yes.
Hell
would.
yeah.
And I would record it all.
So, I mean, over the years, when you read cases, some people have claimed that they just felt something weird inside them. Others have gone to the other extreme where they said that they're like in the back seat. They see everything, they hear everything that's going on, but they're not in control. So that interests me. Like that experience really, really interests me. And I would say, yes, go ahead, have at it. You know, let's see what happens. I want to experience what it's like to take a back seat to my own life. I
Would
can't
that be a psychogenetic illness?
Real quick, now that you explain it that way, Kenny, I'm not trying to interrupt that question, but
well, you did.
Sorry.
It's all right. So what we do here.
Go, John, go.
But now that you explain it that way, I do love psychology, and there's people that are on a dissociative identity disorder, and when they explain when different personalities take over, they take a back seat and they see something else, one of their other personalities driving their life. So now, with you saying that, I'm wondering how many of those people that were possessed were actually experiencing a dissociative disorder, issue.
Yeah, I agree. It's difficult because, I mean, you're talking about perspective. So
right.
We've discussed the perspective on this show on 3TS. You can never understand totally someone else's perspective.
Right.
I can describe something to you until I can't talk anymore, which
And
would
he
be a lot.
Can, okay? He can.
But
You really
you
need
will
to
have
stop him talking.
you will only have your perspective, your interpretation of my perspective. You will never actually experience what I experienced.
Right.
And that's just by nature. I mean, because everyone experiences things different. So when we're talking about this stuff, it's everyone's own experience. And I mean, how do you I don't know. I don't know where to go with that.
Okay, let's get
Right.
Okay. So producer Donna is going to
Okay.
say, "Hey, let's move on."
Moving on to Redman.
Redman, what if there were skeptical ghosts that didn't believe in you?
Redman, what are you drinking?
I think those skeptical ghosts.
My wine is not strong enough, and look, I'm literally at the bottom.
We
Like,
would get along
I'm
good.
Almost out.
We would get along
There's
really
only
good.
A little bit.
Right.
I think that. Yeah. You know what? I mean, now ideas are popping in my head.
Right.
I'm getting,
Yep.
I'm getting inspired. I'm thinking like we'd have an EVP session. Be like, all right, if there's ghosts here, tell us something. Tell us why did you die, or how did you die, or what year did you die? Because they're standard questions. And I could see a skeptical ghost going, well, how do you know I'm dead and you're not?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yo,
Oh, man, just blew my
mind blown.
fucking mind.
That'd be awesome.
And Tiffany read my mind. The others. That was the whole point of
I love
that.
that film. That was
Fuck
a
yeah.
great film. Oh,
Yeah, it
my
was.
goodness. I mean, you know what? I caught on as soon as she got lost in the mist. Like as soon as that happened, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She's the one. Okay, I get it. The name. Okay. Roll credits.
Right.
All
right. Isn't demonic possession? Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
Where'd
ahead.
that go? Isn't demonic possession a lot like pareidolia? Well,
I don't know about that.
pareidolia is interpreting visual representations in the environment. You're seeing things. You're seeing patterns.
Like when you look at the clouds and you
Yeah.
think you see.
That's a great
Jesus
example.
Christ.
Well, actually, clouds you see more like cows and pigs and stuff.
Right. If you want to see Jesus Christ,
I'm sorry.
Toast where you see Jesus.
Toast.
there it is. Yeah. You got to look at toast to see Jesus Christ.
Or
In my life.
the one picture which I really want to up now, the dog's butt, where it looks like Jesus.
Yeah.
Look at this cute little thing. Oh, you can't even see it.
Can't even
It's
see
so
it.
low. I'll bring it closer. Don't you worry.
So demonic possession is
Literally
more.
falling off my
I think it goes more with what you were saying.
Oh, Jesus is on tortillas too.
Oh yeah, he's been in
Oh,
tortillas.
here.
Yeah.
My mouse got stuck.
I think possession is more dissociative disorders, or multiple personalities, or attention
Grilled
seeking.
cheeses. Now I'm hungry for a grilled cheese.
I've seen that too. Yes.
And John sees toast.
There it is. I see toast in the clouds.
You guys are all drinking way too much. I drank a whole fucking bottle and I'm still okay.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I agree with Kenny on this one.
Look at this. She's literally hanging off my lap and sound asleep.
Yeah. So I don't think possession is like pareidolia. Pareidolia is more of a visual misidentification.
Yeah.
Whereas possession is more of a personality or behavioral disorder, and or attention seeking, because we have to keep that in mind. You know, Bob Larson. I mean, when you see his events at churches, I am convinced that is a performance. That is not something that from somebody that's really possessed or has a personality or psychological or behavioral disorder. They are just performing to make it look good for his video. And one of those, I think we're going to dive into that. I think 3TS is going to dive into one of those cases and see what we can find. Bob Larson.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. if he ever comes close by, oh my goodness!
Oh,
If he
that
does
would
an
be
event that's
that
close,
would be dangerous.
you know
for Ken.
we're going. We're
that
so
would be-
going.
That would be like, all right, Donnie, you're gonna film this, right?
You're gonna film this. We're gonna have all our spy cameras all
Every
set
time
up,
we
and
go.
we're gonna film everything. So, all right. What else you got?
Next.
Language question. Language question.
Emily Rose.
Kim, she keeps coming up with this language question, and then these Z's like she's sleeping because she's bored.
I don't know
Whatever.
what you're talking about.
I don't know what to post that again.
There are questions right there.
Let's see. Emily Rose, have you seen or heard those videos, audios, thoughts?
Dude, I got the book. I got the book. I've watched the fucking movie. I've seen the videos. It's interesting.
Oh, is it? Really? We were going to name our girl Emily Rose.
The Possession of Emily Rose.
That was our girl
The movie
name
sucked.
if we were having a boy.
The movie did suck.
I didn't like
But
it at all.
the book was a little better, but it's just like it goes back to like the Annalise kind of thing. I think it was more of a middle thing going on, and the authors and the people that were trying to publish this shit went and took it way too fucking far.
Yeah.
And I think it was just it was a money grab, is what it was.
What are you talking about, Kim? Then?
Yeah, give us a little. Post the question again, Kim.
Yeah,
we get
a little bit more info.
because now I'm interested. I want to
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Tiffany's
Possession of
talking about
Emily
the
Rose.
Possession.
I need to look it up. One of the movie sucked. And we have that problem. Hollywood and/or authors sensationalized
Yep.
these events. They go too far because they have to sell something. They have to sell something that's interesting and entertaining.
They have to make it entertaining,
Yeah.
or no one's going
Right.
to go watch
I
it.
mean, Amityville,
Yeah, I mean,
the Entity,
they have to put their own spin
all
on
these
it.
other cases that
The
come up.
Conjuring.
The Conjuring, they have to fill in the big details. They
based
have
on
to
a real story, but
based on the real
really?
story
Like, are
means
you?
like if you use the names of the people that originally
and
involved,
maybe the places,
that's it.
Yep. That's all you need. Yep.
and not. Okay, so
Okay,
Kim is saying
here we go.
fluently. Oh,
Wait.
here.
What is your explanation of speaking different language that they've never known or spoken?
Ooh. Okay.
It says fluently.
Fluent. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I did do a little bit of research into this not too long ago, a couple months, as a matter of fact. And I don't know about the languages fluently on shit like Latin and stuff, but the research, and I'm sorry I don't have it with me. I will post it later. But when they did look into what they were speaking fluently, it 9 times out of 10, it was nonsensical language. It wasn't connected to anything. They did it to compared it to many different ancient languages, current languages, and they found out that there is no connection. And it's not known because that kind of shit doesn't get clicks. Like, oh yeah, they were talking gibberish. You're not going to get a click with that. You're going to get a click with, oh well, they were speaking this ancient language and blah blah blah. And
Okay.
I will try.
yeah.
I will try to find the link for that, Kenny, and share it to you.
So I don't know specific cases, so I can't comment. I don't have a well supported answer for this. But I'm gonna put this in my notes.
Another note.
Yeah.
Making
Speaking in different languages.
That's kind of a cool topic.
Because the problem here is that we need to know specific cases, and that's what it really comes down to. Like this is a general question, and I get it. I understand it's been in media. We've seen it in movies. We've heard stories about it, but I need specific cases because and even I see the comment like not nonsense fluent Latin or Italian words backwards perfectly spoken. We need specific
Which
cases to
one?
verify whether
Right.
this is actually what happened.
Right.
Because you can have, and you touched on this,
Oh, here.
where you can have
Example.
clickbait, where it's you have a clickbait headline that says, "Boy speaks in Latin, never learned it." You know, he thinks he's possessed, but was he really possessed? Did he really speak Latin? We have to look into that, and that's where investigating individual cases comes into play here.
Yep.
We need specific cases that we can look at. So if Kim, if you can give us a specific case
To research.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll gladly look into it, because that's something I haven't done before, and I would love to get into that. And John, I mean, if you want to, we can team up on this.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Do that, and we can look into it and see if a child, because that's what it looks like you're going with here. Did a child really speak a language they did not know? And I think somebody else came up with it. I think John without an H came up with it about did they really not know this language?
Exactly.
We have to explore whether the family or the household was a bilingual household. That they grew up knowing two languages. And this is all important. This is so many details. It's not as simple as, did somebody just spontaneously know a language?
Well, if I started speaking like any other language other than English right now, you can honestly say I'm fucking possessed or something, because I don't know any other language.
Except for German. I mean, we all know that language.
No, I'm serious. Like
no,
I mean,
but
you would know if somebody is fluent in another language, or they would
Right.
be able to say, "Hey,
right."
You know,
and we have to look into the background too. Like, I took German in high school. What did you take?
French.
French. So if you started spouting off some French words,
Yeah. Don't even ask.
we'd have to look. I'm not going to ask you now.
Okay.
But like, I can count. I used to be able to count to 20 pretty fluently in German, but
Okay.
anything else, no. I took 2 years of German. I can count to 20. That's it. But then we have to explore latent knowledge and getting to suppressed memories and stuff like that. But I mean,
honestly, like, if you took a language in high school and it was only 2 years, you are not speaking fluent in anything.
no, you're not speaking fluent,
Right?
and we don't know if people are actually speaking fluently. I mean, the claim is, or the question for the claim is that people are speaking fluently, but we have to really look at, are they? We don't know that.
Well, John Michael, like, I could tell you if I know a language or not.
Right, but okay.
Oh, so he's saying, like, how would I believe somebody?
If you read something in a book or see something in like a news report from like Newsweek or something like that,
and
it's like
somebody just says, "Oh, I don't know Italian, but I spoke."
Child starts speaking Latin. How do we know?
Okay.
Latin's a dead language. Like, how do we know he's actually speaking Latin?
Is that German, JD?
And
drive 9 11 12. See, it's coming back.
That was
I'm starting
only
to do
the
it.
first half of the class. Remember, guys, because he didn't listen to the last half of the class. So
That's because my instructor in German, he had a habit of walking around with his hands behind his back, but when he gave oral tests, his fingers would tell you what the answer was. He'd give you multiple choice, and he couldn't help but like put 2 or 3 up, and I'd be like, "Oh, 3." Anyway, so I mean, this is a really good question.
Real quick, on top of that, that's also it's kind of tied into speaking in tongues, like
right.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah,
and then Bob puts it up there. You know, are they comprehending what they're saying, or are they just speaking it?
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, if somebody started speaking fluently in, let's just say French
Latin
or Latin, if somebody else that knew Latin, if you brought in a professor that knew Latin, could they communicate? Could they actually have a conversation, or is it just gibberish? You know, maybe they read something or looked something up on Google,
These are the questions I have to shuffle.
Shut up,
through.
John, without an H.
This is what I bypass every weekend.
But that's a good question. And again, I mean, Kim, if you can give us a specific case,
she said she swore she heard about several.
go look it up. Go.
But yeah, if you can
find
give
us a case,
name or something, that would be awesome.
I mean, I'm willing to do that. I'm
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I would love to.
Kenny would definitely do the research.
Pick a case and make sure it's like the best case that you can find, and we'll dive into it because that sounds cool. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So I'm up for it. All right. What do we? What else we got? We're going into the third hour. Damn it!
Oh,
Damn it!
But we're gonna do it because we got people charged up and they're like, all right, cool. All right, so I did take the liberty of looking this up because I glanced over and saw.
Oh, you don't know who
Edgar Casey. I don't know who Edgar Casey is.
Yeah, no idea.
Oh man, it's getting that time.
John Guy.
Let's see.
Gotta read.
Edgar Casey was an American clairvoyant who claimed to channel from his higher self while asleep in a trance-like state. His words were recorded by his friend Al, his wife, and later by his secretary. During these sessions, Casey would answer questions on a variety of subjects like healing, reincarnation, dreams, the afterlife, past lives, nutrition, Atlantis, and future events.
Wow.
As a devout Christian and Sunday school teacher, Casey's readings were often criticized as demonic by his religious colleagues. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Casey, in contrast, believed that it was his subconscious mind exploring the dream realm, where he believed all minds were timelessly connected. Casey founded a nonprofit organization, the Association for Research and Enlightenment, to record and facilitate the study of his channeling and also run a hospital. So I don't know. I really honestly haven't heard about this guy before.
I haven't either.
He is going in the notebook. I got a lot to do.
Yeah.
You do.
Kenny, if you could send that whole thing. Sorry, Donna.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Kenny, if you could send it to me, I would love to research him. He sounds like something I would love to like get into and try to understand and expose.
All right. So I just sent you in the private chat. I sent you the Wikipedia article.
Got it. Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
So we can look into that and see if there's anything. And I mean, I haven't heard a biographer gave him the nickname the Sleeping Prophet. So I wonder if all his trances were when he was sleeping and he was or sleeping.
Right.
You have to have that possibility in there. There's always that chance that he wasn't sleeping and he was working it. So I will get back to you.
And real quick, I was just informed by Melissa. We have one of his books on Audible. So
oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it, listen to it, and absolutely.
That's cool.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got.
JD.
Among our fellow skeptics, we often hear exhortations. What's
Exhortations.
What's that mean? For we need more critical thinking. However, I have suspicion that while I agree that it's a good thing, it's not really the problem. I don't know what the real problem is. What do you think?
He's not thinking right now, JD. We might want to save that question for next week.
No, I mean, I think. No, I actually think there needs to be more critical thinking. I'm going to go back to a couple shows ago. We had Melanie on. Melanie was about Thinking is Power website, and
bring her back.
Yeah, I mean, she's a delight. She's wonderful. I've been in contact with her. We've been talking ever since the show, and I think she really highlighted the problem that in school, in grade school, in high school, we tell our kids what to think.
We do.
Instead of
they're brainwashed.
we don't tell them how to
Yeah.
think.
Yep.
We overload them with facts and figures and tell them you need to memorize this shit, which
it's not even. It goes beyond that.
I think it's
Yeah.
more that you need to teach people young. You need to teach them really young. Like, look, if there's an extraordinary claim, if you have doubt, voice your doubt.
And let them voice it without yelling at
Don't be, because I mean, the number one, I was thinking about this the other day. The number one thing I remember from school, grade school and high school, stop talking.
Yeah.
That was it. And I think that's the most damaging thing that ever happened to me. In school,
And
or interrupting class.
Shush. Your microphone is muted. Let me push.
Oh.
Still talk, you guys can still hear me.
Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say, and another thing with that whole stuff, it's don't question authority, and you get into that fallacy of appeal to authority. Like that was what you were saying, and with appeal to authority, don't question the authority. You get into this indoctrination shit, and we should be teaching kids question everything that you learn. Why do we know this, or how do we know this? Like, because as a grandparent now, like I want.
It's killing me.
I know I know it's still fucking. I can't get over it. But I mean, when we're teaching her now, it's more like we're trying to teach her, don't just believe what you're told from authority. Question, how do you know this? Where did you get this information from? That kind of stuff. And I think
that's good.
Yeah, and I think a lot of parents should be like that. Exactly. Question everything. Absolutely. Yep.
And be allowed to question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get shunned or
right.
Ridiculed,
reprimanded,
anything.
Yeah, right.
And I remember because we both went to Catholic school, and I remember doing that, like especially religion class.
No, he's not, Tiffany.
I would ask questions, and I can't tell you how many times I got sent to the principal's office because I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean?
Right.
And it was like, no, you just know this.
You missed an E-bomb.
But no, I don't understand why that happened because of this. And that was it. I was kicked out of the class.
Yep.
So not only was I not in class to learn, I was sitting in the principal's office by myself, just sitting there going, I don't know what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Right.
I asked the question. And that really stunts your ability to ask a question. Religion class. When you go to Catholic school, you have a subject called religion.
You do.
That religion.
That was it. It was religion class.
For you people
learned
that
about,
went to Catholic school or to public school, you really don't.
You learned about Catholicism, and you were not allowed to question. I remember a friend of mine brought in of all things, the Satanic Bible.
OMG.
I was curious as
well. My God.
I didn't know there was one. There is one, and he was immediately booted. He was out of class. He was kicked out. He was suspended because he brought that book in.
Right.
Which is so wrong. Like, why didn't...
Just because.
Why
didn't they explain it?
Let's talk about it. Yep. Why is that wrong?
But you know what? This was like,
this
what,
was
30
years,
or 35 years ago.
86 to 90. So
I mean, I think now maybe it would be more open to speak about.
I doubt it too.
Catholic school, they need people. They need the money. So
you got a point there.
Their religion class might be a little bit more
I doubt it.
open.
I still doubt.
Well, I mean, the Catholic Church is now accepting gay marriages. So wouldn't they be? I know it's like this, but it's like I'm teetering on it. So they have to be changing the way they're trying. They're trying to change the way.
Are they
an organization that hides and moves their priests around that take advantage of little boys. I don't trust anything they say. No, I don't trust anything they say.
Cardinal pill.
All right, let's move on because now I'm getting mad.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting mad.
Okay.
Hide your priests.
How about this one?
Send them to another parish. Don't send them to jail. What the fuck is that?
Okay, moving on.
Jackasses. From the perspective, perspective of a skeptic, how in the world can something like Jonestown happen?
Jonestown. Okay. Oh my God.
John, this is you, John. Kenny is
Yeah. Okay. So the shit with Jonestown and the fucking
massacre. Holy shit.
Yeah. Remember the Kool-Aid? Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's how I know it. I know it by the Kool-Aid, not Jonestown. Okay.
Right. So the stuff with that, it's kind of like a Heaven's Gate with the asteroid, not the asteroid, but the fucking comet that comes over. Yeah. These people, from a skeptic point of view, I look at it as these people. It's the same with religions. When you get into smaller cults, you get these people like Bob, what the fuck ever his name was from Jonestown shit. They find these people that don't have this love or this sense of acceptance from people, and they can exploit the shit. They're and I hate to use this word, but a lot of them are the sociopath. They know how to exploit these people and their thoughts to come join me. So it's like, yes, we love him, and I want to do a whole episode on this. This is why I'm not trying to touch too much on it, because this kind of shit is my wheelhouse.
Okay.
So they find these ways to exploit these people. And that's why it's a very small cult, and not everybody feeds into it, because it's only a specific amount of people that, hey, you're not getting this love from your family, you're not getting this love from your friends or this. So come here, we got this love for you, and they know how to exploit that kind of shit with these people to the point where they're willing to give their fucking life, and it fucking drives me nuts.
I want to. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at some information on it, and I want to comment, but I need to read about it more. So I'm going to leave it at that. I did write it in notebook. It's in the book.
Lots of shows.
I'm going to look at it. Oh my God, this is another 3TS topic. I think definitely.
Yeah.
Because this is interesting. No, it's cool. I'd rather get more opinions on this, because when I share a topic like this with Dave and Tim, we can really attack it from three different perspectives, and you get a better understanding of what's going on. So I think this is a really good topic for that. This is interesting, and I'm getting distracted. So let's move on. Thanks, Redman, for the topic. I appreciate it.
Real quick, while you're looking that up, though, look up Stockholm Syndrome.
That I know about.
That really ties into that kind of stuff.
Okay, so that's kind of the idea where you develop like a almost like a love for your captive, because you've been imprisoned for so long. You develop this relationship and this weird kind of love for the person that has imprisoned you.
Right.
And it's interesting. I think it was a very unethical experiment that was conducted that showed this. So yeah, I have looked into that. Oh my God, this is going to be a good show. All right, let's go. Let's go. What else? Yeah, what else? We're in hour 3.
Here we go.
We are always asking Kenny what's good in the world of books. Now it's Donna and John's turn. Book recommendations. What are you currently reading, if you are currently reading?
You really want to know? I am currently reading How to Train a Puppy. Caesar Milan. I read it 11 years ago.
Oh my God, Donna.
Pup, and this one is going to be just as good as Chewy.
Donna, my mom raises dogs.
Yeah.
That's Caesar Milan. Fantastic. He knows his shit.
It is the best book.
Yeah.
I can walk Chewy without a leash around blocks in the neighborhood. I run into the Amazon guy, I run into the UPS guy, I run into people walking other dogs, and she sits like she's right next to me all the time. And I trained her that way 11 years ago, and Romy's going to be the same way. So that's the book I'm reading again because it was 11 years ago, and
All right.
I'm just refreshing. But go ahead,
Yeah.
John. What are you reading?
One of the books I'm reading. Hope JD's still here because I would love to have a discussion with him. I'm reading a book that's called Speaking of the Devil.
Ooh.
And it's a book on because I myself am I'm satanic on the topic of satanic temple more leaning. He's more like Church Satan. There's a lot of differences there. I would love to have a one-on-one with them. Some other books I'm reading right now. I'm still trying to read Spook that Kenny sent me. Yeah. Great fucking book. I love it.
Yeah, it's up there. I'm not going to take it down because there's too much stuff in front of it. But awesome book. Definitely read that. And if you want to reach out to an author, dude, I definitely do it. Send a message. Just try to see if you can get an email or social media contact, and just do it. That's the best way to jump in, dude. Even if you're nervous and like, oh my god, I don't know if I can interview.
Yeah. All right.
What's the worst that can happen? They hate you. Oh well.
Right.
You don't actually go backwards. You just don't go any further.
Right.
Put it to somebody else.
Redman, is there a book about that?
Donna, should Kenny read what? Should Kenny read how to order pizza? I've done it, bitches. I've done it. I just don't like doing it.
He doesn't. And he doesn't like going through the drive-thru either.
I really don't. Because if they mess it up, I get like frustrated. Like, oh, is that your order? No, it wasn't. All right.
Oh, wait,
what else?
here,
What else
here.
we got? I had this book I just bought called Haunted. Oh my god. That's me, Kenneth Biddle. Thank
you for buying that book because that's part of our we actually get royalties for that. We probably got like 12 cents.
30 cents a book.
I am not kidding. It is
30 cents a book.
It's literally like 12, 15 cents a book.
Oh, it's 30 cents.
Is it
30? I think it was
don't know.
33 cents a book for a $15 book. That's what I get, 33 cents.
John,
wrote it.
Guy,
I collected the stuff. Can we make a skeptic brand whiskey or rum?
It
has to be rum. John, without an H, part 2.
I already said I would love for you guys to do a just sell on your skeptic thing. Kenny's rum, the shit that he drinks. I would buy that.
Mix a couple of rums together and just slap my own label on it.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Let's try to bang out some of these.
Hold on, let me see. I think we're running down here.
That's good. That's good because we're on hour 3.
Honestly, that's it.
We don't have any more questions?
No, those were all the questions I had starred, and we hit them all.
Oh, okay.
I have some of them starred, so you can go back.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Anybody have any more questions?
Last minute. Get it in now. We're closing up. I'm going to do announcements.
Here you go. Here,
Bishop Biddle's rum.
I don't know. That's like a tongue twizzler. Bishop Biddle's.
Bishop
Biddle's. How you gonna say that?
How's that wine bottle doing?
Bishop Biddle's rum.
Bishop Biddle's rum.
I think I said it better. You say faster.
I'm gonna put this up.
Oh,
Kenny,
look, see?
you mentioned a book written by a female, and I believe it's based on her following ghost hunting groups. What was it? Oh, that is Scientifical by Sharon Hill. Hold on. I know I have it here. Now I gotta get up because it's a good book. It's called Scientifical Americans.
Don't look at his butt.
Don't look at my butt. Oh shit! Where is it?
Divine Donna drank a PA tonight. It's from Clover Hill Winery, and I love it. It's Vigneault from Clover Hill. If you like sweet wine, this is the best you can do.
I like dry wine.
It's like in the middle. It's not sweet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sweet, dry, but it's more on the sweet side.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Really like the dry.
There you go. Scientifical Americans by Sharon Hill. It's really good. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was part of her college thesis, and then she expands on it, and she follows around she actually surveys a buttload of amateur ghost hunting groups and documents what they do, how they do it, their beliefs, their philosophies, their methods and stuff, and then gives her own commentary. It's a really good book. It really, I highly recommend it. Sharon Hill is, I love her to death. She did doubtfulnews.com.
Yes, definitely.
Really good website. She also does now Spooky Geology, I think she does.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't like the term skeptic anymore, which I get, I understand, but she does put out a lot of good information. So I look her up. Definitely worth it. I've seen her talk a couple times. I hung out with her a couple times. Really awesome person. I love it. So, all right, cool. Do we have anything else? Let's see. When you were a ghost hunter, did you ever speculate on ghost mating?
Mating? No.
What are you drinking, John?
Yeah, right.
Right?
The fuck?
Wine and I
Like, what are you talking about? And you know what? I'll tell you what. Yes, I have. Because that's what I think about. I think about everything.
Seriously? You looked into ghost mating?
No, I thought about it. I speculate. That's not looking into it. Speculate. Yeah. Do ghosts, get it on?
Really?
Is there a spectral barrier?
Let's get it on.
I mean,
Seriously? Really?
Afterlife, if it exists, that's a long time. I don't know.
If I'm not getting any in the afterlife, I don't want it. Sorry.
So there was recently, I mean, if you look in the tabloids, there was a lady that claimed to have married a ghost.
Yeah.
Married a ghost.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Town.
But then they got divorced.
Yep.
Oh, did
They
she
got
take
divorced,
him
yeah.
his booty bounty?
That's good. That's a good problem.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't know where I was going. That was good.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
it didn't last long. Apparently, he was not as loving or cuddling or whatever. So Kim did send me a link to a book, True Ghost Stories, Real Demonic Possessions, and what is this? Real Demonic Possessions and Exorcisms. Oh, great. By Zachary.
They got divorced because she realized he
bad
wasn't
name,
who he
bad name.
seemed?
I think it was
Are you fucking kidding me, Tiffany? Are you making this
what?
shit up?
They got divorced because she realized he wasn't. Yes, I think that was it.
No way.
Holy shit.
It was less than a year they were married.
Oh my god. Shit people do. All right, so let's wrap this up.
Shit.
We're good. We're in the third hour. We're 2.5 hours in. So I'm going to do my announcements. You are welcome to stay here, John. Hang
I
out.
must say that Rummy has been the most excellent puppy for the night.
All right. So, here I am. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out. I'm going to do. Where's my batters? I got 2 more Patreons.
Oh shit! Nice, Kenny.
Put them up there. So this is the full list, updated list. All my Patreons, which is awesome. If you love the show, if you love the show, if you like what I do and you help support it, you can go to patreon.com/Kenny Biddle. And if you like the cuteness I'm totally using that. If you like the cuteness,
Look at this cuteness.
sign up. There's
Look.
3 levels that you can sign up for. Please do so. You get behind the scenes stuff. I post pictures and videos behind the scenes, and you can see what I'm doing, see what I'm up to before everyone else. I don't know if that's a big deal or not.
Part of this show now.
Maybe I'll post pictures of Rummy.
Rummy.
I don't know. No, I'm not going to do that.
Hi, Rummy.
All right. So with that said, I have a few things. First, Saturday, 8 p.m. I usually do a 3 Tortured Souls show. There is no show this week. We're taking off. 2 of us cannot be there. I'm actually going to the Hinsdale house tomorrow morning for an overnight investigation. Woohoo! And then I think Tim has something previous engagement, so we're not doing a show. But usually we do a show 8 p.m. on Saturdays, so make sure you tune in for that. I do have. Let me see. I have more stuff than what's here. So let's see, July 16th and 17th, that weekend, I'll be speaking at the virtual Skeptical 2022 conference. It's a scientific skepticism conference brought to you by the Northern California Skeptics. I know I'm going to be doing a talk about my transition from ghost hunter to skeptic. So I still have to do that. But I'm going to be talking about that. That's that weekend. The next weekend I have July 23rd is the Para-Unity Expo, which both myself and Donna will be at. Donna will be doing her Lucky Tiki Creations booth. I will be there doing my skeptical booth. Yeah, skeptical health booth. I'll be set up there.
Because most likely you're not.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to drink because it's held at a high school.
Yeah.
So I can't bring alcohol in, which I won't. And then let's see, August 19th to the 21st is the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. Probably one of the most awesome party weekends ever. We have so much fun. And
you and Melissa coming, right?
Yeah. Are you guys coming? You coming out? Awesome. Because as far as I know, Tim and Dave are coming out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the best thing to do.
Me and Kenny might have to update to a suite.
Just stay at the Wyndham.
Party.
It's just so much better because if you get wasted, which I don't know, some people do. I've heard. If you get wasted, you can just crawl to the elevator and go up to your room. It's great. October 20th to 23rd. I am so excited. We've been invited out to SciCon. So I'm going to do some kind of talk. I don't know if it's a workshop or a talk for SciCon. It's the big science conference.
Michael's trying to make it to the bash.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So I'll be doing something in SciCon in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I think that's about
Tiffany's
it.
Trying to make SciCon.
Awesome. Awesome. I hope you do. I really do. And John has an announcement. You have an announcement?
I do. I finally have an announcement. All those times. Oh, I don't have anything. I finally do have something. So Sunday nights, 8 p.m. I have my Let's Learn shit. Everybody's welcome. Just come out. We'll learn. Bring any topic you want. No topics are off the table except for politics. I won't do politics. But yeah, come on out. And I did want to say, April 8th. I'm not gonna be able to make it to the show because I am getting married that day.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So there's that. Thank you. But we're actually going to do the whole thing on Halloween because that's our shit. So y'all are invited to come out Halloween. We're going to do a big fucking shindig.
Dude, that's going to be my 50th
Put
birthday.
that on the calendar.
That's going to be my 50th birthday.
We're going.
Halloween.
Fuck yeah. So we'll do a birthday, we'll do a wedding. It'll be awesome.
I'll be the big 5-0. After Kenny, though. Kenny's older than me.
Whatever.
I have an announcement.
I level up. I don't age. I level up.
Exactly. Yep.
I have an announcement.
What do you got?
Look at this thing that just is sound asleep in my arms.
This is the last time you're coming on the show.
She is the cutest fucking puppy ever. Yes.
All right.
If you want any pictures of Rummy, send me a message and I will gladly send you a picture every day to make you feel better. Because puppies make everything better. And that is the truth.
All right. Whatever. All right. We are out of here. It's been a fun night. John, thank you so much for hanging out
thanks
tonight.
for hanging
That
out.
was
Thanks for
fun.
having me on. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was almost like, instead of 3 tortured souls, we were like
3 souls.
regular souls. 3 regular
Yeah.
souls.
Instead of a skeptical help bar 1 bartender, we had 3 bartenders tonight.
Well,
So-
we actually had 3. in
No,
the
we
past.
did not. Oh my God.
You
All
guys
right.
did the
Ending
show.
video. Everyone, have a great weekend.
Have some puppy love.
Just be safe, have fun, learn something, do whatever you have to do, and we'll see you next week. And remember, never stop learning.
Peace out, baby.
Bye.
Sleep like a puppy.